Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Dave.
We're glad you're here.
Thanks for checking out Kotaku Bonsai. Hey guys, hope your day is going well. This is an oak tree and I brought this home earlier this week. If you didn't get to see, there is a video of that where I went to the homeowner and I dug it up and brought it home. And that was fun enough, and it seemed to be of interest to you guys. And then what happened was there was this whole big discussion on Bonsai America Facebook page about this oak. And I had a lot of you guys and gals, chip in with your advice and 2 cents, and I appreciate that, I really do. And I always like to learn new things, and I like to stimulate conversation that some of us, we can all learn new things as we go. And the consensus from the group was that since this guy has lost all of its foliage and it's still early spring, we might as well just cut it off at the base right now and let it grow on. So today's video is going to be doing just that. But before we make our cut, I want to explain a little bit about how we're going to do this. So now normally my approach is to uproot the tree, get it into a pot, leave it tall, especially during the dig, because it helps me get leverage to break any roots underneath. Usually then I'll cut it down to a height that either fits inside the back of my wife's hatchback or a manageable size on the backside of my Jeep, or now most recently into the Explorer. So typically I tend to leave them kind of high to bring them home, where they recover, and the next couple of years they'll remain like this. But since the group seems to think it's going to be best to cut it at the base or down low right now, I'm all for it. I'm going to try something new that I usually don't do, and we're going to see how it works. I'm going to explain a little bit about the thought process about where to cut, because obviously this is a 7-footer, and then we're going to get all set up and make one big cut. So we're always going to consider the usual 6-to-1 ratio of base to height of a bonsai tree. Of course, with literati, that's going to be different, but a 6-to-1 ratio is going to be pretty standard, especially for what I do. So if we get down farther here towards the base, there's a little reverse taper, but 6.5, we could even say 7 inches. So let's do that. I think at the widest, it's going to be 7. So we'll call it 7 inches at the base. Okay, so I changed my mind just a little bit, and instead of going with 7 inches, we're going to go with 6. And this is such a massive trunk that I'm going to eventually keep this shorter, on the shorter side rather than on the taller side. So if we use 6 inches as our base, I think that's actually going to give us a slightly better end result a couple of years from now, whereas 6 times 6 inches of the base is 36. So we're going to have eventually a final height of about here. And to me, that looks really nice. If it was, another 6 inches up, I think that just looks a little strange. So I'm going to mark it out to show you the heights and the ratios so that it'll help you determine where you're going to cut. So I marked off 6-inch increments here on the trunk. This is how I like to do it. It gives me a good visual and good place to make good cuts. So that's the first one, 6 inches from the base of the soil. 12, 18, you get it. So if the ratio we're looking for a final tree height is 1 to 6, we're kind of looking for taper in the first third, the middle third, and the top third. So basically at that line on the top of your screen, that's about where we want to make our cut for this first trunk chop. Okay, the leader grows in the coming years, and we'll take it down to that height, and then subsequently to there, of which, 10, 15 years from now, that should be about the final tree height. And I think it would be really impressive if it survives, of course. So I'm gonna gather some tools, we're gonna get ready and make a big cut. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's a big tree. It's going to be a big bonsai. I sure hope it survives because it really has a lot of potential. So I'm just going to seal the top and put it away so it can rest and grow on. So again, I appreciate the feedback, the comments, the discussion, and I'm always up for learning something. I hope you are too. So thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in the next one.